Welcome, Chronics! I hope no one minds me referring to the chronic illness community as the Chronics, but I feel like I'd rather sound like I'm in a cool band opposed to a club I never wanted to join. Hi everyone, I'm Lauren, and I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, POTS, bile acid malabsorption, ADHD, premenstrual, mood disorder, depression, and a partridge in a pear tree. So yeah, I know you're thinking your makeup looks great, your hair looks great. Thank you. But little did you know that my mom did it like I was 6 years old. And I'm going to my first dance recital. So there's that. So it's awesome because I, get judged by the cover of the book, not what's inside the book, which is actually collagen that is not normal. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is particularly special because it affects our collagen. So on the outside, we actually look younger while rapidly aging on the inside. I mean, come on. I wanted to start this channel because I didn't have a diagnosis till I was 32 years old. I'm 42 now. I know, it's the EDS. And up until about 2 months ago, my health had been in a downward spiral since about 2016. I'm going to give you a brief overview, a little bit about me, and then in the following episodes, I'm going to break down my medical journey in like increments of 10 years. I view chronic illness as anyone who's ever been on the struggle bus, is currently on the struggle bus, or is going to be on the struggle bus for the rest of their lives. Since COVID, we have so many new members to our community with the long COVID, but hopefully my journey with POTS can help some of you. And I'll start with telling you a little bit about myself. So here we go. So I grew up in a suburb of Boston. I'm an only child. I graduated from Providence College with a degree in theater and in business studies, so my parents could sleep at night. I kind of fell into theater by accident. It was when I was 11 and had to quit all sports and became uncoordinated and bumping into walls, and it was a little bit of a disaster, but it brought me to the theater, and I'm grateful for that. After I graduated, I moved to New York to pursue theater, which means I immediately got a job waiting tables. I spent 5 years in New York. I did do some theater, I did improv, I did some short films, and then I had a friend who was moving out to California, and given the way my body was feeling, still not having a diagnosis, I thought maybe warm weather would be a good idea. Let's try that. So I was out in California for 3 years, some more improv, did a little stand-up. It was a problem given that I had to stay standing most of it, so that didn't go as well as now. At 31, I was waiting tables and hurt my elbow. My elbow never recovered, and I don't know if any of you have been in the food service industry, but opening wine bottles over and over or carrying heavy trays got to be extremely painful. I couldn't rehab the injury. So I basically had to move back to Boston and move back home with my mom. And I ended up getting my real estate license because I needed something that was part-time, because part-time I felt horrible. I've been doing that for the last 10 years. But since 2016, I haven't been doing as much real estate as I would have liked just because of my health and then our good friend COVID. So to add in a little humor into a really not humorous subject, let's get on the reaction video bandwagon, just to help others really understand what it's like to suffer from chronic conditions. Many of you will understand what I'm talking about. Also, I feel as though I'm using my skills because half of my life I've spent on the couch, and the amount of movies I've seen is astronomical. I rather laugh than cry, and having POTS, I'm actually trying to stay hydrated, so crying is actually counterproductive. Let's look at this first clip, and it really explains how EDS feels, as well as doctors being completely confused by us.
Are you telling me it doesn't hurt when I do this?
It doesn't hurt. I told you that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, completely accurate. We're very bendy. I could do all kinds of fun tricks when I was younger. This next clip, I thought really expressed how it feels to have POTS. Yeah, you're totally dizzy, you feel like your head's spinning around, you're kind of nauseous, and you don't know what's going on. This last clip basically just, I don't know, kind of sums up my life.
It's all fucked up. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Even though something's a total disaster, it's still worth watching. Because I would be the disaster, but like in a good way. A hot mess, but like not a total mess, so I can help others while helping myself. In closing out my first episode, I would like to remind you all to stay strong, don't give up, you are not alone, and your symptoms are very real and very debilitating. So, even my cat thinks so. My cat is literally agreeing with me. So it's all meant to be. So I will see you guys next time, and we will start with age 1.